This was the question which I was discussing in the last class. Maximize f of x subjected to constraints given. And we were at this point. I guess this we have started with it. And we went with,
देखना नहीं देखना
yeah, please mute yourself.
हाँ
Yeah, gj less than 0, I gave conditions. First two conditions will be useful to get equations, and the next two conditions you need to check from the first two conditions. That is what the process that you need to follow to find the optimum point by using Kuhn-Tucker condition. Now, this was the story f1 g1. We have decided this and we differentiated it. Please check after differentiation. This was the equation that you could have got. Please check if it is wrong. Can you please tell me? I have asked you to substitute j1 and i1. You could have got this equation minus 2x1 plus 4 and that. Is that the same?
Sir, we got lambda 1 as 4x2 minus 2x1 minus 4.
Minus 4x2.
Minus 2x1 minus 4. Yeah, fine. By 3 we didn't get, sir.
Okay. Is this lambda 1, lambda 2 equations are correct? Once you just check first equation, minus 2x1
lambda
plus
1 is correct, sir. Lambda 2 is 2 into x1 minus x2. I agree.
Once again, once just verify, please just check it out. Then we can move further. If anyone other than Rashmit, anyone wants to answer for this question, please.
Yes, sir. Lambda 2 is equal to 2 into x1 minus x2.
That's it? Okay.
Yes, sir. No constants.
No constants. Okay. I'll just verify then if that is the case. Yeah. Dou f by dou x2. When you differentiate dou f by dou x2, you'll get minus 2x2 plus 4.
In equation 2, it is not 2 lambda 1. It is just lambda 1 plus lambda 2.
Second equation.
Second equation is lambda 1 plus lambda 2.
Yes, sir.
Once I'll see the constraint, what I gave. 1 second, please. Yeah. Constraint is 2x1 plus x2 only.
Yes, sir. But we are differentiating with respect to x2, no?
x2.
So
what
x2
happens then?
means just only one. Just lambda 1 will be there.
Just lambda 1 will be there. Once I'll just go through it.
Okay.
X1, it is 1. Okay. Right. And x2, it is correct? Yeah, please.
X2, yeah, sir. X2 is fine. X2 is fine.
Okay. 1 second. I'll cross check and I'll just tell you if there is a problem in the question taking.
Okay, sir.
x1 plus x2 I gave question, right? Please take 2x2, please. I made a mistake in the question, please. x1 plus 2x2 plus 2x1 plus x2. That is also okay. Yeah, when you differentiate g1 with respect to x2, what is your answer, please? When you differentiate g1 with respect to x2, 1 or 2?
Yeah. If it is 2x2, then it is 2.
This is g1 only, correct? When you differentiate with respect to x2?
Yes, sir, but actually the question that you gave was x1 plus x2 less than or
x2 only, okay. Once I'll check it out. Okay, that's not a problem. Yeah. Please change it as 2x2, please. There was a small mistake from my side. Please change it. Yeah. Now you please solve and tell me now. Once check it out, then we move further. Okay, please. I want you to now to calculate lambda 1 and lambda 2 and please tell me. If you get the answer, please tell me whether it is now the same or still there is a problem. Yeah, anyone doing it?
Yeah, sir. Exactly correct.
Thank you so much, Mr. For your response. Yeah. Can I take from the any other very good response from one of your friend? Any other responses, please? Yeah, please. Any response from the girls' side? Okay, right. I'm moving further now. See, what did I do? You please tell me now. So I want you to interact so that you'll understand what I'm going to tell you. Yeah. What did I do now? I have expanded a function, correct? For I equal to 1 and 2 for two values. Why did I expand that for y equal to 1 and 2? Not for 3 and 4 or not for 34 and 45? Based upon the variables given. How many variables I gave? Two variables in the question. So you need to expand it for I equal to 1 and 2. And constraints, j can be varied from 1 to any number. But in the given question, how many constraints were there? Two constraints. So that also you need to expand it for summation for what? 2. Based upon that, I got two equations. I have calculated lambda 1 and lambda 2. I got this. Is it okay? Now, make use of the second equation. You know, lambda j into gj is equal to 0. That was the second Kuhn-Tucker condition which I need to take to proceed further. Can you please tell me what is lambda j into gj equal to 0 means? What is the value of j there? What is the value of j there?
1.
J value 1 only, or should I take for 2 and 3 values also? How many values? Then how should I know
You
that?
have to take 2.
Very good.
Two values.
Why it is 2? Because there
Two
are
constraints.
somebody answered. Yeah. So you just put lambda 1. Well, what is lambda 1? You could have got in the previous equation. G1 is given in the question. So lambda 1 into G1 is equated to 0. Where did the 3 go? 3 into 0 became 0. I guess you understood that point. Clear with this? Yeah. Coming to next thing, lambda 2, G2 equal to 0. 2 means it is not into 2, it is suffix 2. Wherever I write lambda 1 and lambda 2, they are suffixes, and G1 and G2 are also suffixes. Please follow the same notation. Now, similarly, I'll get two more equations. Now you tell me how many possible combinations are possible if product of 2 is 0.
A equal to 0 and B equal to 0.
For the second condition also, you will get how many conditions?
Same.
Totally I'll get how many conditions?
4.
Now you need to verify for 4 conditions what is the optimum value according to Kuhn-Tucker condition. Yeah, now you see that take the first equation. Which point did I took? 4x2 minus 2x1 minus 4 equal to 0. If that is 0, and if one of the term in both is 0, product is 0. Is it true? So first I have took from this equation, which I can mark it as 5. 5. 5 lo I have taken the first equation. Similarly, in 6 also, I am taking which equation? The first term. Because both will result me 0. Correct? Then solve the two equations to get the values of x1 and x2, and please verify whether whatever I have got and whatever you are doing is the same or not. First combination can I tell that would be better. This combination is the first combination with this equation and this equation. Second, both I have took and I have written. And solving these equations, I got x1 2, x2 2. Please verify whether you are also getting the same answers or not.
Same answer, sir.
Very good, Amma. After getting this, what would be the next step to do? We have used both the two conditions. Now third and fourth comes for what purpose? I'll show you in this slide. You please see and tell me. Yeah, did able to see this slide which I've changed it now?
Yes, sir.
Lambda j, gj equal to 0. You have finished. Now what is that you need to do? It is given there. Can you please read it out?
Substitute x1 and x2 in G.
Very
G1,
good.
G2.
Super, Amma. Super. Check for the validity means you need to check gj. Also you need to check lambda j. J value, how many values it takes? 1, 2 or cannot be known?
2.
2. Why? Because two constraints.
Two constraints.
I should check G1 value, it should check G2 value, whether they are less than or equal to 0. Then also you should check lambda j values, lambda 1, lambda 2. If both conditions are satisfied, then according to Kuhn-Tucker condition, you say that is an optimum point. Otherwise, you need to go with the next case. This is the procedure. Yeah, I'll substitute. Now you just take this slide, checking for the conditions gj less than or equal to 0, comma, lambda j less than or equal to 0 for j equal to 1, comma 2. Now substitute one value. So what happens now? Lambda 1 value, we got this. You know this? This we have got in the first case. First, while solving two equations. Lambda 2 also we got this. Put that x1 and x2, whatever you could have got in the case 1. What is x1 and x2? 2. Put that values. What is it happening here? Minus 2 into 2 plus 4 into 2 minus 4 by 3. How much is that value?
Sir, but how we can say since lambda j value is 0?
Lambda?
Lambda j value is 0, no, sir?
Yeah. Did you substitute x1 2, comma 2, Nana? What happened?
Yes, yes, sir, it's cancelled.
So it is
We'll
0.
get 0. Yes.
Correct, kada?
No,
No,
means
okay.
like how to check the validity conditions.
Lambda j less than or equal to 0 is a valid condition. So lambda 1 value 0. It is less than or equal to 0 or not?
Yes, but we
Yes.
also have lambda j greater than or equal to 0 only also. No, sir.
Where,
There is a
that is for the
different
other
sign.
case. That is not for this case.
Okay. Means here
This
we
is
are
a
checking all
minimization
the
problem.
conditions.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine, sir. Minimization.
A minimization case.
It is maximization case. It is.
Case. I'll take that problems also coming in. For now, lambda 1, lambda 2 are 0. So it is satisfying, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, check for G1, G2. What is G1, G2 values? I got 2
They
and
are
1.
greater than 0. Not
But it
satisfying.
should be
It
less
should
than
be less
0.
than 0.
But so condition not satisfied.
Yes.
So the point 2, 2 is dash optimum point.
Minimum.
Is not an optimum point. It's not minimum nor maximum. Correct?
Okay, fine.
If these two conditions are satisfied, that becomes a minimum point. Any one fails, gone.
So we can
It
say
is
it
not.
as a saddle point.
Yeah, we cannot say saddle point. Why? Because you need to check for the differentiation part also. So that we are not going into it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is not as condition is not satisfied. So we can't say about minimum or maximum. Done. Closed with this. Can we go with the next point?
Yes, sir. Proceed.
Once case 1 is understood, remaining case are the repetition of it. That is why I'm telling you very slowly the case 1. Yeah. Coming to this. Oh, what will be case 2, please? Can anyone tell me how to go with the case 2? Case 2.
Taking the other two equations.
Any two you take. One from the top, one from the bottom. That is your own combination. You take one combination. So which do you want to take?
2x1 plus x2 equal to 5. And
Okay.
x1 plus 2x2 equal to
x1 plus 2x2 equal to 4.
yes.
Yeah, take the 2 and do the same analysis and tell me what is your answer. So next heading will be case 2. Clear with this? Next equation will be x1 plus 2x2 minus 4 equal to 0. And one more equation I want selected as 2x1 plus x2 minus 5 equal to 0. That is your wish. One from the top, one from the bottom. That is mandatory. Yeah. Solving these equations will give x1 is how much, x2 is how much. Tell me that values.
2, 1.
2, 1. If I have that combination, I'll tell you. Which combination, please, it is? Can you please tell me?
x1 plus 2x2 equal to 4 and 2x2 plus x2 equal to 5.
Yeah. So tell me, what is the values of it?
2, 1.
X1 value, is the case, right?
2. Yes, sir.
X1 2, X2
1.
1. You got X1, X2. Now you need to check for the conditions whether Gj of x less than or equal to 0, lambda j less than or equal to 0 for j equal to 1 and 2. Okay. Now you please check what is the lambda 1. This lambda 1 we got at the beginning only. Please substitute the 2 and 1 and tell me the lambda 1 value.
Minus 4 by 3.
Minus 4 by 3.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Next.
Two by 3. Lambda.
Minus 2 by 3.
Minus 2 by 3 for this condition. 4 into 2. 8. 8
minus
2 by 3, sir.
Minus 4.
By
2
3.
by
3.
3.
Oh, once you check it, Rotama, it is 2 by 3.
2 by 3.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah. Now you tell me lambda j value less than 0 or greater than 0 according to Kuhn-Tucker condition. Lambda j.
Lambda 1 is less than 0. Lambda 2 is greater than 0.
So both should be what? Less than or equal
Less
to
than.
0 according to Kuhn-Tucker condition. Is it satisfying it?
No.
No. So lambda j less than or equal to 0 is not satisfied here. Is not satisfied. Is not satisfied condition. Yeah, but you check for the G1 and G2 also. There's a mandatory procedure is mandatory. Please do it for now G1 and G2. What is G1 of X value? G1 of X value. This is the value. You know X1, X2, 2 comma 1. Put that
Minus
value. How much?
G1 is -1.
Minus 1. G2 value, please.
0.
0. Now, according to minimization process, what should be G of X? Less than 0. Is it satisfying that condition?
Yes, less than or equal to 0.
Yes, right. Gj of X less than or equal to 0 is satisfied. The condition, I'll write it here. The condition of Gj of J less than or equal to 0 is satisfied. Is this the optimum solution?
Sir, G1 of X is
Sir,
equal to
G1
X1
of X
plus
equation.
2.
Is 2x2,
x1
right?
plus 2x2.
Yes, sir. So it is equal to 0.
Equal to 0. Okay, right, Mr. Thank you.
Mm.
Now it is satisfied.
Yes.
The condition Gj less than equal to satisfied. Is this the optimum solution 2 comma 1?
But another condition is not satisfied.
That's it. It is not the optimum solution, right? Right
Optimum
now.
solution.
Right. 2 comma 1 is not the optimum solution. Next, go with the other case. Which condition do you want to take? Anyone can tell me. I'll go with that condition only. That's your wish.
4x2 minus 2x1 is 4.
4x1 minus 2x2.
4x2 minus 2x1
4x2 minus 2x1.
is equal to 4. And 2x1 plus x2 is 5.
2x1 plus x2 equal to 5. 2x1 plus x2 equal to 5. Is this the condition? Please check.
Yes, sir.
Now you solve that 2 and tell me what is x1 value and x2 value. I'll write here.
x2 is 9 by 5.
x2 is 9 by 5. 9 by 5.
x1 is 16 by 10.
16 by 10. Can I write it as 8 by 5? 16 by 10?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you check for the condition whether Gj less than or equal to 0, comma lambda j less than or equal to 0 for j equal to 1, comma 2. Yeah, lambda 1 value is fixed. This is the value. Yeah, tell me how much is the lambda 1 value with that obtained point x1 comma x2.
We get lambda 1 0.
0. Okay. Lambda 2.
Lambda 2 also 0, sir.
0. So now we'll see, is lambda j less than or equal to 0 condition satisfied?
Yes.
Yes. Check for the other condition.
G1 is 6 by 5.
G1 is 6 by 5. G2.
Zero.
0.
Yes.
Yeah. As Gj less than or equal to 0, the condition is satisfied or not?
No.
No, the condition is not satisfied. So that is not the optimum solution. You need to go with one more combination. Procedure you should write for all the cases, not for if you get in the first case only if you get a solution, it doesn't mean that you'll stop at that point. You need to do for all the combinations, and if there are multiple solutions, you should write there are 2 multiple solutions for this given question. Yeah. Now you please do it for the second case.
X1 is 8 by 5, X2 is 6 by 5.
X1 is 8 by 5.
6 by
X2
5.
is
6 by 5.
6 by 5. Okay. Yeah. Please do it for these cases. Lambda 1 and lambda 2. How much is it?
Lambda 1 less than 0.
How much value, Nana?
Minus 4 by 3.
10.8.
Minus 4 by 3. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And lambda 2.
0.
0. Okay. Once check it out. If there is any point, you
0.
tell me. Okay. As lambda I less than or equal to 0, the condition is satisfied or not?
Satisfied.
Okay. Next, to check for G1. Yeah. What is G1 value?
0.
0. G2 value.
2 by 5.
2 by 5. Okay. Surely it is 2 by 5?
Yes, sir. Wait, sir. It's minus 3 by 5. Minus 3 by 5.
How much is it? Minus?
3 by 5.
Okay. Please check now as Gj of x is 0 or less than 0 or not.
Less than 0.
So the condition is satisfied.
Yes.
Now the optimum solution for the given problem is
8 by 5, comma 6 by 5.
that is the overall solution that I'll write it at the last. So hence the optimum solution to the problem is x1 star comma x2 star, which is equal to, tell me that value.
8 by 5, comma 6 by 5.
This is the way that you need to do for Kuhn-Tucker condition. Any question given, this is the straightforward model. Understood? Any doubts in it, please, first quickly. Okay, everyone, those who are listening, can you please tell me, except Rashmit Reddy, because he already raised telling that I understood. Yeah, any other? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kavya. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
can you explain again the cases?
Surely.
I got confused somewhere.
Okay, not a problem, mister. That is quite happens. You can ask me, I'll tell you. But if you respond, that is good. That's it. Yeah. What is the logic you see here? I'll explain you only this thing. You need to first search for these things in the given question. Means what? Gj means constraints. Is constraints value less than or equal to 0 or greater than or equal to 0 in the given question? You should see first thing. Accordingly, you need to select. Why? Because there are two combinations for maximization and two combinations for minimization. If Gj of x they gave greater than 0 and they ask minimization, then you should select fourth condition. If they give Gj of x less than 0 and they ask minimization, then you should select first condition. This is the first thing that you need to do. Now coming to these cases, I'll come back to these cases. Only you need to know lambda j Gj. Able to see this lambda j Gj equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
J is the number of constraints. Constraints will be given in the question. Once you identify the number of constraints, you will be knowing how many lambda j Gj equations will be there. If you can understand that there are two equations, then you need to know lambda 1, lambda 2, which can be evaluated before this equation with the help of this thing. Formula able to you see? Dou f by dou
Yes,
xi plus, yeah. So you'll get lambda 1, lambda 2. Now, G1, G2 also you'll get from the question. There are, in the first
yes,
equation equal to 0, there are two terms which product makes 0. In the second equation also, there are two terms which makes their product equal to 0. Now, how many combinations are possible? For the first equation 2, second equation 2. Totally, you will have 4 combinations. So, make it as case 1. Select any one equation from the first, select any one equation from the second, solve them and get the values of x1 and x2. After getting the values of x1 and x2, you need to check for the condition Gj. What is it? Is it less than or equal to 0? And lambda j, whether less than or equal to 0. Once if it is checked, if it is both verified, then that is the optimum solution. Then you need to go with the other case. Like this, you need to repeat it for 4 cases and you need to select all the optimum solutions, whatever you get. If you get one is only the optimum solution. If you get 2, please write the 2 solutions. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir, I get it.
Okay. Now, quickly, you take this question and solve it for me. Minimize f of x for this function. I'll be asking questions now because one problem I have explained you clearly. Minimize f of x equal to x1 square plus x2 square plus 60x1 subjected to g1, that is the first constraint, x1 minus 80 greater than or equal to 0. And the second constraint, g2, x1 plus x2 minus 120 greater than or equal to 0. Yeah. Now try to do and tell me what is the condition that you should take from Kuhn-Tucker condition.
Gj greater than or equals to 0, lambda j less than or equals to 0.
Yeah, that condition. So now, however, the first 2 equations will be as it is, but verification, that is validation, gets changed because of the constraint equations. That point, if you understand, everything is very easy. It is only a process. Yeah, please do it now. Start with the first step. Step number 1. You write the formula. I'll tell you, those who are listening for the first case, please write the formula. This formula, dou f by dou xi plus summation j equal to 1 to m lambda j dou gj by dou xj is equal to 0. Now tell me, what is the first point that you need to start with? Can I put I equal to 1? For I equal to 1, what is the equation, please? You will get one partial differential equation like dou f by dou x1 plus summation j equal to 1 to m lambda j dou g j by dou x1. Expand that summation also. Then you get an idea for the first equation. Please do now.
ఇలా కాంటాక్ట్ చేయాలి.
Yeah. Did you take that question first? I'll write for you otherwise. Yeah. First condition you know. Second condition I'm writing of Kuhn-Tucker, that is lambda j lambda j gj is equal to 0. One condition. Next, verification conditions is, can you please tell me what is verification condition here? Gj.
काय करणार ना बे?
Yeah, Mr. You can mute and talk. Those who are not able to follow, please take these equations as it is. First equation is which I have shown before. That second, third, fourth. This is the thing. After that, you need to expand the first equation for I equal to 1. So for I equal to 1, when you expand it, what will you get? Dou f by dou x1 plus summation j equal to 1 to 2 lambda j dou gj by dou x1. You'll get. Expand this summation j summation also now. It becomes dou f by dou x1 plus lambda 1 dou g1 by dou x1 plus lambda 2 dou g2 by dou x1. You'll get when you expand it. You need to evaluate dou f by dou x1 now, dou g by dou x1, and dou g by dou g2 by dou x1. So that value, what will you get? That if you tell me, that becomes one equation. The second equation will be similarly. So please, can you please tell me the first equation first? Yeah. First equation partially differentiated, then tell me the answer if you get, please. I'll write it here. Differentiate the function f. You will get it as 2x1 plus 60
Plus lambda
plus
1
lambda 1.
plus lambda 2.
Lambda 1, I'm writing it as v1. I guess you can understand it. That is lambda 1 plus lambda 2 is equal to 0. This is equation 1. Next story. Put I equal to 2. I equal to 1 is done. Put I equal to 2 now. Dou f by dou x2 plus summation j equal to 1 to 2 lambda j dou gj by dou x2. Now you expand the j summation also. It becomes dou f by dou x2 plus lambda 1 dou g 1 by dou x2 plus lambda 2 dou g2 by dou x2 equal to 0. Now you need to evaluate three partial differentiations for the given question. That means you need to calculate dou f by dou x2, dou g2 by dou x2, dou g1 by dou x2. All the three values if you calculate, please substitute in the given equation. Then tell me what will you get. For the second equation, how much you'll get, please?
2x2
Plus,
lambda 2
that's it.
V2
Okay,
equals to 0.
to 0.
equal to 0. Yeah, this is second equation. Done. You solve 1 and 2 and get lambda 1 and lambda 2 in terms of x1 and x2 only.
Lambda 1 equals to
And v1 I'm writing. Lambda, chapandam. v1
Minus 2x1
minus 2x1
plus 2x2
plus 2x2
minus 60.
minus 60. Yeah, this is v1, that's it.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's lambda 1, not v1, please. Yeah, v2 is equal to
Minus 2x2.
minus 2x2. Now you got lambda 1, you got lambda 2. Now you need to do what? Find lambda j gj is equal to 0. What is it? Lambda j gj, that is v1 g1 is equal to 0. Yeah, v1 we got one equation, g1 you could have got from the question. So I'm writing that thing. Minus 2x1 plus 2x2 minus 60 into g1. G1 constraint was, can you please tell me g1 constraint? How much was it?
x1 minus 80.
x1 minus 80 is equal to 0. Now, second case, I'll take v2 g2 also. v2 g2 is equal to 0. Yeah. Can you please tell me v2
Minus
equation?
2x2
Yeah, minus 2x2
into x1 plus x2 minus 120.
into x1 minus
x1 plus x2
x1 plus x2 minus
minus
120
120.
equal to 0. Now you can understand from this, it's a very easiest process to do. You have, I am marking it as third equation, please, to understand it clearly. This I am marking it as fourth equation, please. Yeah. Third and fourth, you have two terms in each. So there will be 4 possible combinations for it. Case 1, you take one combination from the equation 3 and one combination from equation 4. Solve that 2 and get the values of x1 and x2. Now you need to check that x1 and x2 values are optimum values or not. That can be checked based upon the condition. What is the condition given? There is a condition there, right? Gj greater than 0
or equal 0, lambda is less than 0.
So I guess you can follow that procedure which I have said you in the last problem. Same steps are important. Presentation is damn important. Rather what you do and what you get the answer. I'll see the step by step. How are you following and what is it? Yeah. Please do it and tell me now. Take any combination you like and tell me the values.
Sir, take this combination. 2x2.
Yeah, which combination did you take?
2x2.
I'll write the next slide. Okay. Tell me 2x2
minus 2x1
minus 2x1
equal to 60.
is equal to 60. Yeah.
One
One
more,
equation.
minus 2x2 equal to 0.
Okay. Yeah. Solve this and get the values of x1 and x2.
Minus 30 comma 0.
Minus 30 comma 0. Now one value it is done. Check for that conditions.
We get lambda 1 as 0.
X1 minus 30. X2 as 0. What is lambda 1 please?
0.
0.
Lambda 2 is also 0.
Lambda 2 is also 0. Okay.
Yes.
What is the condition to be satisfied?
Greater than or equal to 0.
So as V1 comma V2 are greater than or equal to 0, the condition is satisfied.
Satisfied.
Next you go with
Gj.
Yeah, go with now G. Please calculate G1. What is G1 functional value?
Minus x1 minus 80.
X1 minus 80.
80.
80. So what is the answer?
Minus 110.
110. Yeah, less than 0, greater than 0.
Less than 0.
Yeah, no, that's okay. We'll check it out. Next, G2.
Minus 150.
Minus 150.
Minus 150.
Okay.
Minus
Minus
150.
Yeah. Both G1, G2 less than 0, greater than 0.
Less than 0.
Is that the same condition that we require?
No.
No.
So is that the optimum point?
No.
No.
Now you search for the other condition. That is the way you need to proceed. I guess you could have understood my version. However, you need to do 4 conditions. Suppose luckily you get the first condition only the answer, but you should not stop. You should do for all the optimum solutions. I'm telling you very clearly.
Sir, now you take x1 minus 80.
Oh, 1 second, Mr. I'm writing the statement. I'll take it. 1 second. The condition is not satisfied. You should write that. That is why I'm writing it. So it is not the optimum solution. Write that point also.
Yes.
So x1 comma x2. What is x1 comma x2?
Minus 30 comma 0.
Minus 30 comma 0 is not the optimum solution. I think. Then the next case, please.
x1 minus 80 equal to 0.
Yeah. Case 2 you can put. I guess you can write that statements properly, right? I'm writing it shortly. Okay. x1 minus 80.
Minus 80 equal to 0. And x1 plus x2 minus 120 equal to 0.
x1 plus x2 minus 120
Yes.
is equal to 0. Now
X1, X2
solve
is
both and try to get the values of x1 and x2.
X1 80,
30,
X2 40.
x1 80.
x2 40.
Okay, x1 is 80, comma x2 is equal to 40. Done. After that, what you need to do? Check for the
Checking
values
lambda.
of lambda j and gj. Please carry on.
Less
And
than
take
0.
it.
Lambda 1 equals to 1 minus 140.
Lambda 1 equal to minus 140, right?
Yes.
Right.
Lambda 2 equals to minus 80.
Lambda 2 equal to minus 80.
Lambda j is less than equals to 0.
Okay, fine. Lambda j less than or equal to 0. Condition satisfied?
Satisfied.
The condition is satisfied. Done. Now go with the next case. What is the next case? Gj. Can you do it for G1 and G2 and tell me?
G1
Both are
equals to
0, sir.
G2 is
So-
also 0.
So G1 equal to 0.
G2.
The small g1, please. Don't change the nomenclature. G1 comma G2 are 0. If you solve, you'll get. Tell me what is the condition to be satisfied?
Gj greater than or equal to 0. Condition
Gj
satisfied.
greater than or equal to 0. It is correct?
Yes.
Yes,
So as Gj is greater than or equal to 0 condition, this is satisfied. Lambda j is satisfied. So the given point is the
Optimum point.
optimum point. So one of the optimum point you have achieved. We have done for 2 conditions. Can you do for the other 2 and check it out?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Take x2 minus x1.
Yeah, you do. You try and tell me. Because I need to write.
We'll
Just try
get
it out.
Case 3 as lambda j less than 0, Gj also less than 0.
So
Point
both
is
less than
not
0,
optimum.
so condition is not satisfied.
Yes.
Yeah, do for the
And-
4th case.
Case 4 is also lambda j less than 0, Gj is less than 0.
So
So the only optimum point is
Okay.
80 comma 40. Both 80 conditions are satisfied.
okay, that's it. This is the answer. This is the procedure that you need to do. One question I'll give as a homework. Please do that and come back in the next Friday's class, please. Yeah, take this question, write steps properly and complete it. This completes unit 1. Any doubts in it? I'll take it on Friday if I have any doubts. Otherwise, I'll continue with unit 2. Determine x1 and x2 so as to maximize z equal to 12x1 plus 21x2 plus 2x1 x2 minus 2x1 square minus 2x2 square subject to constraint x2 less than or equal to 8, x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 10. Please post your attendance now. Already posted, it's good. If you're not posted, post it again. Yeah, any doubts? This is the unit 1 end topic. Any doubts I'll discuss in the Friday. If you have doubts, you can ask me. I'll continue with the second unit. This is only the biggest unit. Second unit will be very small and it will be very easy also. Once you get tuned to it, no need of preparation at all. Directly you can attempt the exam also. Yeah. So can I end this session if everyone has posted their